Hi, everyone. My name is Ellie Phelps. Really excited to bring you guys this investors update for August of 2025. Joining me are my partners, Nick and Andrew, and let's get started. So this is our asset management update. We really have put a lot of time and effort into Oaks at Jane Lane. We take pride in being very detailed and very attentive in all of the CapEx and everything that's been going on with the community. We have had a new manager who is continuing to apply new rules to our tenants. She's been charging late fees. She has Class A experience, and so she brings that wealth of knowledge to Oaks at Jane Lane, and we're really excited about that. She's working out really well. We have added 1 month concessions to our 1 bedrooms and our 2 bedrooms, as we were just getting a little bit of pushbacks from our prospective residents, and keeping in mind that we are top of market. And so we believe those concessions are really going to help push those prospective residents. And Andrew, I will kick it over to you.
Thank you so much, Ellie. Bringing your attention to the occupancy. And just a reminder, our occupancy has been so high. And so we really wanted to take a hard line on some of our tenants that just weren't ideal, right? And so we've really set the bar, as Ellie mentioned, with our new manager. And our physical occupancy is at 94%. Our economic occupancy is at 71.4. And that's because those residents that sort of weren't ideal. We filed for eviction and we kind of want to get them out of there so that we really make space for a higher quality tenant pool. And collection is still strong at 93%. And just to give you an idea in terms of cash collections, we've been pretty flat since closing on the property. And so we're really excited that we're able to execute our business plan and be consistent uh, sort of going forward. Nick, you're up.
Thank you, Andrew. So yeah, I got dressed up today because we have our monthly meetup. So our LPs are super important. Want to get dressed up for you guys, but also dressing up for the meetup that we have here monthly in DFW. So financial snapshot. NOI is ahead of plan by 13%. And again, just like last month and previous months, the driver for that is the fact that we pushed rents on all of our floor plans by 75, 100, and 125 on renewal leases and new leases. So that's really driving the outperformance of the property. CapEx is trending well, and Andrew's going to talk to that. We have a pretty sophisticated mechanism for tracking CapEx in our projects. We also have a strong cash management process, and you can see our projected cash position here. We're earning 3.5% via an online bank. It's very efficient. Meow. We can make wire transfers on a kind of free basis and send out distributions to you guys. And we send out those monthly distributions. So we sent out a second monthly distribution to everybody. Again, it's an annualized 4.65% cash on cash. So we have 2 distributions that we sent out. People really enjoy the monthly distributions. And again, we want to emphasize the fact that we got really strong depreciation and cost segregation on this property. So you invested $100,000 in this particular deal, you're going to get close to 113% of your investment as a K1 write-off. So super excited about that. We have a Instagram account, and one of our investors was a guy that was thinking about investing in this investment, and he saw that and kind of regretted the fact that he didn't invest. So we're happy to have you all on board and kind of give you that benefit of that particular write-off here.
Awesome. And lender repairs. So lender repairs are complete. They're done. They're behind us. We're excited because we have our inspection tomorrow. Uh, did the pre-inspection earlier this week. And so we're pretty confident that everything's been taken care of. Seen it myself, have photos. And so we'll have that inspection tomorrow, and we should be getting our reimbursement check of a little over 90 grand in the next coming months once all the paperwork's finished. As far as the CapEx projects go, we are really near the tail end. All the furniture has been delivered. A lot of the repair works completed. The drainage work done. We're just wrapping up paint. and finishing putting together some of the playground pieces and things like that. And so I'm really excited for it. Last thing on that agenda is the mailboxes. They are ordered. They are local. They're in the warehouse. We've poured the foundation, and so that's set and it's ready for these mailboxes to go in place. And our tenants are thrilled about that because just to remind you, they have to go all the way to the post office in order to get their mail. So they're pretty excited. We're pretty excited because that's just something we've been waiting on for a long time, and we've been able to address for our residents. And just to give you guys a heads up, as far as how we're tracking on the expenses for all these projects that we're working on, we're still within budget. And so I'm pretty excited. We were able to execute a little bit more than we anticipated, and we were able to do that within our budget, which is phenomenal. And we're kind of tracking everything on a line by line basis. And so this team is really phenomenal. And just a reminder from the last update, once we finish paying out all the general contractors, once our work is actually 100% complete, we'll still have a little over 570K in our reserves retained for things like plumbing, HVAC, unit upgrades as we get into that phase, if we get into that phase. And so I'm pretty excited. And so that's the update for our CapEx.
Thanks, Andrew. So what's ahead for the next 90 days? You can kind of see some of the other CapEx projects that we completed right near the Oaks at Jane Lane sign. We have some cedar covering some of the kind of not so good looking electrical panels and things like that. And you see the pergola here with some of the barbecues. So Ellie has been working on a financial literacy event for our tenants, so she's going to talk about that.
Yeah, we're really excited to be putting on this event for our residents. We love doing these events for them. I believe it just helps with overall morale for the community. We recently did a hot dog day, and property management dressed up in hot dogs and passed out hot dogs to the kids. They had a great time. We did a back to school event for the kids and passed out some supplies. And then we also did a kickoff to summer event and did a pool party. And so just love doing these events for them. And the next one that we have planned is a financial literacy event. And we're working with local banks to make that happen.
Yeah, and the programs that Ellie's talking about is super, super important to create some community and tenant retention, just kind of through this process and all these CapEx projects that we've kicked off. We've increased rents when people kind of renew their lease. And a lot of people have kind of given us the feedback, like, wow, we've lived here for 10, 15 years and previous owners haven't made any improvements to the property. We'll happily pay a little bit more money to make sure that our property looks nice and we enjoy kind of coming back where we live. So it's all kind of a full package that we kind of put together to make this a better place for people to live. So kind of tying in with that is the Wi-Fi and cable contract. We're going to get that door fee from Spectrum here in the next couple of months. It's going to help subsidize some of these CapEx projects. And then kind of overall, we're going to monitor delinquency and occupancy. As delinquency has ticked up a little bit, we had the new manager that was a little bit harder on the tenants and applying the rules a little bit more. We're just going to continue to monitor that. We are at top of market in regards to kind of what rents we're charging against our competitive set, but we're holding the line. And this is why we kind of offered that concession, that 1 month concession on the 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms. Vacancy has ticked up in those unit types a little bit. So we're going to continue to monitor that, but we're holding the line. We know that this property with the pool, with some of the upgrades that we're kind of offering and some of these services, these literacy events that we're offering up, it's providing really good value. So we're holding the line and we're going to continue to monitor that. And kind of the last thing, that kind of makes us feel good and kind of you as investors feel good. We heard yesterday there's a competitor property, Woods at Hotham. It closed. It's 89 units built in 1970. So it's similar type property, competes with our property, and it closed at $120,000 a door. And we bought Oaks at Jane Lane at $105 a door. So feeling really good about that particular comp, kind of validating kind of the price point that we bought this property at. And that's it. So we're happy to have you guys on board as investors. Property's performing really well still, and we'll continue with these monthly updates and keep you updated. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.